For years, I was a side character in my own life. I was always waiting for the perfect moment, for someone to hand me the script, for my real story to finally begin. I was the reliable friend, the supportive partner, but never the hero of my own story. I was busy playing a supporting role, doing very little to actually direct the plot of my own life. It honestly felt like I was watching a movie of my life instead of actually living it. Then, it hit me. No one was coming to write my story for me. I am the author. In this video, I'm not just going to tell you to be the main character. I'm going to show you how I rewrote my own story from one of waiting to one of acting, and how you can become the author of your own heroic journey, starting today. The story of a side character. My life in the before times felt like it was happening on mute. To borrow a term from the hero's journey, it was my ordinary world. If you're not familiar, the hero's journey is a pattern found in myths and stories all over the world, and it's a fantastic model for our own personal growth. My ordinary world was comfortable, sure, but it was completely unfulfilling. I was living a life that felt predictable, making choices out of insecurity and a deep desire not to draw too much attention to myself. I was just waiting for life to happen. To me. The call to adventure didn't arrive as a booming voice from the heavens. It was a quiet, nagging feeling of dissatisfaction. It was a series of small moments. Seeing a friend chase a wild dream while I just stayed put. Hearing a passing comment that made me feel totally invisible. That late-night panic that if I didn't change something, I'd wake up in 20 years with the exact same feeling of being a spectator. That's such a common trigger, that inner pull to grow and move on. But right after that call came the refusal. My mind just flooded with fear and self-doubt. Who do you think you are? People will think you're selfish. What if you fail? This is a totally natural response to fear. I was waiting for someone else to give me permission to start, for some kind of external validation. I was stuck in classic analysis paralysis, thinking that if I couldn't map out the whole journey perfectly, I couldn't even take the first step. My crossing the threshold, the point of no return, was a small, irreversible act. I enrolled in a public speaking course that I was absolutely terrified of. It wasn't glamorous at all. It was just a commitment I made that forced me to confront my fear of being seen. This was my version of venturing into the inmost cave, a journey into my own psychology to face my limitations head-on. The path wasn't some triumphant movie montage. It was a series of trials. I was awkward, I bombed, I felt embarrassed. But every single time I showed up, I was practicing a new way of being. There's a concept in psychology called self-perception theory, which says that we develop our attitudes by observing our own actions. By acting like someone who was brave enough to be seen, I slowly started to believe that I actually was. I learned to reframe failure not as a stop sign, but as data. These struggles are a necessary part of the story. You can't be a hero without a challenge to overcome. This all led to my transformation. It wasn't one big dramatic event, but a slow, gradual shift inside of me. I started developing a real connection to my own intuition and values, which allowed me to handle challenges with more resilience. I was learning to be the director of my own life, not just an actor waiting for my lines. And finally, the return is what I'm doing right now. Sharing what I've learned. The final stage of the journey is to come back, transformed, and share what you know with others. What it actually means to be the main character. Okay, let's be crystal clear about something. Main character energy is not about being a narcissist or thinking you're the center of everyone's universe. It's not about curating a perfect life for some imaginary audience. At its heart, it's about one thing: agency. It's about taking radical responsibility for your choices and becoming the author of your own life. It's the shift from asking, "What's going to happen to me?" to deciding, "What will I do next?" Psychologically, adopting this mindset taps right into powerful principles from positive psychology, like personal agency, resilience, and self-worth. It's about being the protagonist in your own story. Think about it. So many of us, especially women and queer folks, have been handed the script for the supportive friend, or the quirky sidekick. Reclaiming the narrative is a quiet act of rebellion that says, I am the story. A huge piece of this is overcoming the spotlight effect, that cognitive bias where we massively overestimate how much other people are actually noticing us. The truth is, everyone else is the main character in their own life, and they are not paying nearly as much attention to you as you think. Embracing this lets you turn your focus inward, away from the fear of what others think, and toward what you truly want. This whole process is at the heart of a practice called narrative therapy, which helps people separate themselves from their problems by reauthoring their life stories. The core idea is simple but powerful. You are not the problem. The problem is the problem. By seeing your struggles as external challenges instead of internal flaws, you create the space you need to change. How to author your own heroic journey. So, how do you actually start doing this? It all begins with small, intentional actions. Here are 5 steps to start rewriting your script today. Step 1. Recognize your call by journaling. Your journey starts by identifying that call to adventure. A great way to tune in is with a journal. Grab one and write out the answer to this prompt. When did I first feel like something was missing, or that I was playing a side character? Describe that moment in vivid sensory detail. Don't judge what comes up, just describe it. This will help you find the starting point of your quest. Step 2. Make a threshold commitment. Heroes are defined by what they do. To move from a passive role to an active one, you have to take an irreversible step. This is your threshold commitment. It doesn't have to be massive. It just has to be a real, tangible action. Ask yourself, if I stopped waiting for someone else to save me, what's one small, irreversible act I can take in the next 7 days? This could be signing up for that course, scheduling a therapy session, booking a solo trip, or starting that small project you've been dreaming about. Step 3. Find your mentors and allies. No hero completes their journey alone. They always meet mentors who guide them. Your mentors don't have to be people you know personally. They can be authors, historical figures, or even fictional characters. Your job is to actively seek out their wisdom. So here's your next prompt. List 3 mentors, books, people you admire, or even online courses, and one specific way you can engage with each of them this month. This could mean reading their book, watching their interviews, or signing up for their class. Step 4. Build courage with micro-experiments. One of the biggest things that keeps us in a side character role is the fear of judgment. The way to beat this is through small, manageable doses of exposure. I call these micro-experiments. Answer this. Name one fear that keeps you waiting. What is a 10-minute experiment you can run this week to face a tiny piece of that fear? If you're afraid of eating alone, your experiment could be to just have a coffee by yourself. If you're afraid to voice your opinion, try sharing one thought in a low-stakes meeting. These small wins build real courage. Step 5. Externalize your problems. This is a powerful technique straight from narrative therapy. When you feel stuck or self-critical, learn to separate yourself from the problem. So instead of saying, "I'm so insecure," try reframing it as, "The voice of insecurity is showing up right now." This small shift in language is monumental. It changes the narrative from, "I'm flawed," to, "I'm dealing with a challenge." It reminds you that you are not the problem. If any of this is hitting home for you, I would genuinely love to hear about it. Comment below with one small main character action you're going to take this week. It could be a journaling prompt or one of the micro-experiments. Seeing your commitments inspires me and everyone else watching. The traps that keep you a side character. As you start on this path, watch out for 2 common villains that will try to pull you right back into the supporting cast. The first is the waiting game, otherwise known as analysis paralysis. This is the toxic belief that you need a perfect, bulletproof plan before you can start. It's a trap. The hero's journey is supposed to be messy. You find the path by walking it, not by staring at the map forever. The antidote is action, no matter how small. Stop thinking and start doing. The second villain is the search for a savior. This is the trap of waiting for a partner, a boss, or a friend to come rescue you or give you permission to live your life. That mindset leaves you completely powerless. You have to be your own hero. The antidote is to take brave action for yourself, even if nobody else joins you at first. My life today isn't perfect. It's not a flawless movie. Some days are slow, and some chapters are pretty confusing. But the one thing it is, it's mine. I'm the one holding the pen. By embracing my role as the author, I've built a business I love, created deeper relationships, and found a sense of purpose that was totally missing when I was just waiting in the wings. It's the direct result of shifting from a story of waiting to a story of acting. You are already the main character of your life. You just have to start acting like it. You are the writer, the director, and the star of your own show. You get to decide how your character shows up, what they stand for, and what adventure they go on next. If you're ready to keep writing your story with me, make sure you subscribe for more videos on living an intentional life. I'll leave you with this. The story doesn't start when something happens to you. It starts when you decide to happen to it.
If you're feeling overwhelmed, I made something for you. Grab my free Calm in the Chaos guide, link in bio.